Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports. We're excited to get into this 5-game slate on February 13th. Don't forget Valentine's Day is tomorrow. If you have a significant other, make sure you get that. Start working on that today. That's what I'm going to do.
If you don't, get your mom something.
Yeah, exactly. Get someone something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope my wife, she doesn't watch the show, so I don't have to worry about it. I want to surprise her. So I want her to think that I'm like completely forgot about it.
Yeah.
and then I'll go get something today. But all right. So last time we put out a Backdoor Fantasy Sports video, my plays did not do great. I had taken Kobe White over 3.5 free throws. That was the game against Detroit that they were down by like 40 points at the half. It completely got out of control. He didn't hit. And then I took Tyrese Halliburton, fantasy score. He didn't get it done either, which I was really expecting him to. I really loved that play. But yeah, he was unable to get it done. Your plays did a little bit better in that video, didn't they?
Yeah, Goga pushed at 6 first half PRA, and then I had another play that I know it cashed, but I honestly can't remember what it was. I know it's horrible, but
I mean, we're playing a ton of.
I know.
We're playing a ton right now.
Oh, here
so,
it is.
And
It was Derek White. I took his PA over 18.5. He went for 21. So.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, let's talk about the plays we're liking for today. I'm going to be going with DeMar DeRozan over 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists against the Pelicans. And I also like Thompson over 1.5 dunks. What are you getting into, Jordy?
Yeah, so for me, I'm going to be going with Zubac for over 1.5 dunks. And I'm going with my man SGA for over 49 fantasy score.
All right. Yeah, man. We were frustrated at the beginning of the season, like, when are Prize Picks going to give us the dunks, and they took forever to get it. And then the dunks were just something personally, I was avoiding for a minute there because they weren't paying off. They were hard to gauge. We're in a good time of season finally, post, the play-in tournament and everything. And we're starting to get, we're past the trade deadline. We're getting like teams that are really starting to push for seeding, a little bit more consistency, and the dunks have been popping off again. So feeling really good about both of our dunk plays today. If you haven't signed up for Better Parlay Play or Underdog, use code BACKDOOR and they're going to hook you up with awesome sign-up bonuses. And for Parlay Play, we're going to give you a month in our premium Discord as well. All that information to sign up is below. And if you want to take advantage of the Parlay Play promo, just sign up, make sure you use code BACKDOOR, and then email us at bdfantasysports@gmail.com, and we'll get you in within 24 hours. They send us an updated list every morning of the users who signed up and used the code. So make sure you put the code in, because if you don't, then if you don't double check and make sure, then it won't work. So, all right. If you guys don't mind, do us a favor and like the video. Drop us a comment, help us get in front of the algorithm. It really does make a difference, puts us in front of a larger audience, and we're almost to 13,000 subs. So we really appreciate the support, guys. All right. So DeMar DeRozan, I like this. If we take a look here, let's see, we'll go to his last 5 to start. 3 out of his last 5. He just played the Pelicans yesterday. He went for 34 PRA. This game against Dallas, he really popped off. Probably his best game with the Kings so far. 42 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. He's been getting the minutes, 35.7 minutes a game over these last 5, 8 rebound chances, 6.8 potential assists. Shooting great, 55% from the field, 15.6 attempts. Not bad. Would love to see that get closer to 20, but 8.6 made buckets a game. And then not really shooting threes that often, but shooting 45%, 4 attempts a game over this 5-game stretch, 1.8 made threes a game. And then getting to the line a decent amount of time, 5.4 attempts a game, shooting 85% from the line. So feeling good about it. If we take a look at this note from Outlier, he's exceeded 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists in 4 out of his last 5 games on the road. So he's been playing solid on the road, 4 straight games of clearing this. He's averaging 36.8 on the road. So that's an 8-point value there, what he's averaging versus what we're getting this line at. And I know what you're thinking. He's on a back-to-back, but I always like to take a look and see how guys perform when they're on a back-to-back. So he's cleared this 53% on the season. And then if we go to the rest days and we go to back-to-back, he's actually pretty solid. 78% hit rate on back-to-backs, 7 out of 9 games, 3 straight games. And these are not against easy teams. Portland is actually surprisingly they're sneaky. They're sort of boom or bust, but they can actually keep up in games. Like if you look at this game, Portland won this game 108-102. He put up 33 on a back-to-back, and then he did it against Denver. He did it against Miami, Oklahoma City. He put up 38 on a back-to-back. So yeah, I feel good about this. If we take a look here, let's look at the head-to-heads. The head-to-head looks great. 80% hit rate, 4 out of 5 games. And again, he just did this against the Pelicans, and I don't see why he can't do it again tonight. On a back-to-back, the matchup is solid for scoring, 22nd in points allowed, tough for rebounding, 3rd in rebounds allowed, 7th in assists allowed to small forwards. Overall, as a team, though, it's a little bit more exposed. 27th in points allowed, 28th in rebounds allowed, 25th in assists allowed. So on a small slate like this, I actually do like DeMar DeRozan. I like this play a lot, getting it just 28.5. Let's take a look at Daily Grind and see what they think. Okay, they love his free throws over 4. So take a look at that. If you prefer, I might run that in a slip too. They do like his PRA to go over as well. They have it at a 51.47% odds to hit the over, minus 124. Let's take a look at those free throws real quick in case you guys like that better. Free throws made. So in the head-to-head, he's missed it in 2, but he also has 2 games where he went for 10 in 2 different games. So could be pretty solid. If we look at his last 5, he's cleared it in 2 out of his last 5, and then one more bucket in any of these misses would have cleared the line, or would have pushed the line. So go with your gut. I'm going to still stick with the PRA. I don't think the free throws look as good as I thought they might, but let's take a look here. So no injuries on the side of the Kings. So we're good there. I'm just gonna look at one more thing with the free throws. No, we'll just keep rolling. But yeah, feeling good about the PRA going over. And then, yeah, as far as that line, according to Daily Grind, the free throws, 53.58% odds to hit the over, minus 143. They also like his first quarter points. They like his points assists. They like the PRA. They like his rebounds. They like his rebounds and assists. They like a lot for DeMar tonight. So you have plenty of options to pivot here if you don't like the PRA, but that's going to be what I'm rolling. And then moving on here, we take a look at Amen Thompson, who's been awesome this year, just absolutely breaking out. You never know what he's going to do. He's really solid for rebounding. He can be really aggressive attacking the paint, and he can actually have these games where he's popping off for a lot of assists. So I've been really loving the development of this kid in Houston. If we look at his last 10 games for dunks, he's got an 80% hit rate, 8 out of 10 games coming off this game against Phoenix where he had 4 dunks. Yeah, and then 4 out of his last 6, he's gone for at least 3 dunks. So he's been getting solid minutes, 38.6 minutes a game, just 2.7 fouls, which is impressive because he's a really good defender. He's really developing. And his brother is too, out in Detroit, but I think Amen is like a little bit ahead of his brother as far as starting to really show up here. If we look at the head-to-head for the dunks, last time he matched up against them, he had 4 dunks. So feeling good about it. That was a close game too, 91-90. And then the game before that, he only had 1 dunk. But I feel like, that was early December. We've kind of seen his emergence over in 2025, through January and parts of February. So I really like him to get this done. Let's take a look. I don't even know. I'm going to refresh this and see if they give us a matchup for the dunk ranks. No, they're not showing the dunk ranks, but feeling good about it. 4 out of his last 5, 8 out of his last 10. And I think that this should be a solid matchup for him, considering last time they played, he went for 4. Daily Grind does not cover dunks, but I will still pull him up in case there's something you want to play instead of the dunks, or if you're on a platform that doesn't offer the dunks. They actually like a lot of his unders. That doesn't mean that we like the unders. We rarely take unders unless it's really convincing. But let me see if there's any overs that they like. They like his rebounds and assists over. If you wanted to pivot to that, 15 and a half. They have it at a 50.34% odds to hit the over, minus 118. And then other than that, they're calling unders for him tonight. And I mean, playing against Golden State, I'm not really. Let's look at these over unders real quick, actually. So they have a 218.5 over under, playing in Houston. Houston favored by 6. So yeah, I mean, I don't really. Maybe a lot of his lines are already inflated. Maybe that's why they're liking a lot of the unders. And yeah, it does look like on Prize Picks, they are a little bit more on the expensive side. Even the free throws, they have a favored under because it's at 3.5, and then Underdog has it at 3. Sometimes that's what causes the DFS optimizer to say take the under, because they're comparing it to everyone else. The points they have set at 17.5. There's a lot of 16.5s on here. And then same with the assists, they have it at 6. So that's what it is everything on Prize Picks for Amen is a little bit high right now, just slightly by like 0.5. That doesn't mean you should take the under. That's just the optimizer showing you, putting this on your radar, that it's more expensive on this compared to what the other market makers are putting it out at. So go with your gut. If you guys want to check out this app Outlier, it's our absolute favorite. I think Jordy feels the same way. We just love being able to dive into all of these details. And you can go through all these different statistical categories. You can take players in and out of the equation. Actually, we have a note here from Outlier about the dunks. He's exceeded 1.5 dunks in 5 out of his last 6 games. He's averaging 2.7 dunks right now, 83% hit rate. So feeling good about it. You can try this app out for free. Just sign up through the Outlier link below. You don't need to put in a code. They're just going to give you a week to check this out, see how you like it. You just have some fun with it. Make sure if you get on board with it for a week, go through and play with all of these different extra like settings. You can only show home games or away games. You can go to rest days. I love tweaking the minutes. If you see like on a note from Outlier, I'll take a look at the minutes, say 39 minutes is what he's averaged in these last 6 games. And then you can go to the 2024 season and you can slide the dial up to 39 minutes and see, like, in general, let's see what his dunks have looked like. And I don't even go all the way up to the 39. Sometimes I can just say, like, okay, let's say he gets a little bit less than normal. Let's say he gets 34 minutes. Well, when he's getting at least 34 minutes on the 2024 season, he's got an 80% hit rate, 20 out of 25 games. So this is the type of stuff that Outlier can help you with, that I highly recommend you explore and get to know while you're trying it out for a week, because I think you're going to want to keep this app. I definitely don't like going a day without it. So try it out for free, and I'll pass it over to Jordy.
All right. Yeah. I mean, absolutely my favorite app, because the beauty's in the details.
It is, my bro.
So yeah, I've got a dunk prop of my own here. I've got Zubac. He's been crushing this line. In the head-to-head, he's gone over this 6 out of 7 games, 6 straight games here. Last time he played against Utah, he went for 6 dunks on this team. So, he's gone over this 31 out of 51 games on the year, so 61% hit rate. Looks pretty good. I mean, Zubac is definitely like a guy who likes to slam it down when he can. The dude gets a ton of dunks, sometimes 7, 6, 6, 5, 5. So he's a dunker for sure. So I like it. I mean, I think it looks pretty solid. Like I said, he's gone over this a bunch, 5 out of his last 6 games, but he's gone over in 6 straight head-to-heads against Utah. Like I said, having a 5 dunk, 3, 6. So it just looks pretty good. Big center, 7-footer down in there, dunking the ball. I think it makes sense. Obviously, they're a little bit of a tough team to score on as a center, because you have Markkanen and you have Walker Kessler, who are very good defenders. They're good rebounders too, but that doesn't really matter for the dunks. Yeah, I think it looks good for Zubac, so I'm going with the dunks for over. I don't know if they have this line on here. Let's take a look. I don't think DG covers the dunks, but if you don't like the dunks, they like his points rebounds at a -121 for the over. It's his highest over. You can take a look elsewhere if you don't like the dunk prop. And then I've got SGA for over his fantasy score at 49. I feel good about this. He's gone over at 66% of the season. Obviously, they're coming off that big game against Miami last night. They went on like a 28-0 run in the 4th quarter to come back and win that game. And they won 115-101. So it's a pretty fun game. One of my friends was there. He said it was awesome. But I'm just... SGA's looked great, and this is going to be a tough game. And, in tough, close games, SGA's killed this line. He's gone over this 4 out of 5 games against Minnesota, and he's just missed it by 0.6 against them another time. So he would be 5 for 5 on this if he just, got that done. But if we take a look here, when it comes to his defensive upside is why I like the fantasy score. He does get a ton of blocks and steals. That's like his, his blocks and steals line is always set at 2.5, and he's gone over that 2.5 line 29 out of 53 games. Some of these games he's getting up to 7 blocks and steals, 6 blocks and steals, 5, 5, 5, 6, 7, 6. So the dude can really get it going defensively. This is a team that turns the ball over a lot too. Minnesota, surprisingly, they're 22nd in steals allowed, 11th in blocks allowed. So great defensive matchup for him. But other than that, he's just, one of the best scorers in the league at getting to the line, just scoring the basketball. So they're always going to let him operate. He's, the helm of the team. He gets his first, and then it's kind of everyone else. But I feel good about him going over this line. I mean, if you look at the PRA matchup, it's tough. 5th in points allowed to point guard, 7th in rebounds, 10th in assists. But like I said, he's gone over that fantasy score 4 out of 5 games, and he's gone over this PRA 3 out of 5 games, just missing it by 2 and then 0.5 in another game. So if you like the PRA, you can take it. I just think there's a lot of value to be had in the fantasy score. Let's take a look at turnovers, because that does affect the fantasy score. He's only turned the ball over 2.5 times, 26 out of 53 games, so he's 49% on that. So not a whole lot of turnovers. Over the last 5 games, he's only turned the ball over 5 times. So nothing too crazy. Sometimes it can get unfortunate how he does turn the ball over. Against Minnesota, he's gone for 3, 3, 2, 4, and 3 turnovers. Obviously, that affects the fantasy score, but I trust him enough to make up for it. Hopefully, that doesn't bite me, because I've been getting 0.5 a lot lately, and it kind of sucks. But I have faith that he's going to get this done tonight. It's at 49. His last couple matchups, 54, 60, 48, 59, 55. So I think it looks pretty solid. I like the line that it's set at tonight. This game, it's got a 222 over under, and they're favored by 7.5. OKC Thunder, so they're favored at 7.5 to win this game. So I think it's gonna be a fun game. It's gonna be a close game. Hopefully this is one of those games that just makes it into overtime. I swear to God, you can't miss ever. And I'm gonna keep this as a mental note, but I don't think you can miss any props from hitting the over in a Atlanta versus New York Knicks game. That game last night was insane. I don't know if you guys saw the total on that game, but it went to overtime and it was like 155 to 150 something. Like, just an insane over under. Cat had like another 40-point game, and Trae Young had like a 40-point double with 19 assists or something. Just crazy. So I just randomly popped into my mind, but I was like, you could have taken anyone in that game. Everyone had like 20 points and like double-digit rebounds or assists. It was crazy. So just a mental note that that's always a barn burner between those teams. So kind of random, but yeah, that's gonna cover it all for me. If you guys want to check out Daily Grind, go to dgfantasy.com, use code BACKDOOR, and they're going to give you 25% off of the optimizer tool or whatever you want. They have like a middling tool. They have some other stuff, AI slip generator, a whole bunch of stuff over there that's going to help you cash more on these platforms. The optimizer is the one you see us use all the time. It's great for like esports, NBA, MLB. It's really good for MLB, like really, really good. I found that out last year that it was like actually really, really accurate. But it's great for NBA. It's great for everything, really. So you can see all the categories it covers here. It covers UFC, NFL, NBA, esports, everything. So if you want to check it out, go to dgfantasy.com. This is the optimizer tool. And use code BACKDOOR for that 25% off. But it's going to cover it all for me.
All right. Well, before we get out of here, I want to tell you guys about a couple more things. For one, if you want to come follow us on our socials, it's just at BackdoorFS on X, TikTok, and Instagram. We also have our personal socials in the description below. If you want to join our Discord, the Discord has been really popping off lately. Been working together as a community, and we've got Boston Nick and Bean Daddy, who are just constantly putting out awesome information, and Bean Daddy and Jordy getting after it with the esports, and our boy Yee, Oscar, he's consistent on everything as well. But yeah, you can come join us. You can go through the Patreon link, or you can use the Parlay Play promo and get a month in here free. But yeah, if you sign up through Patreon, you want to get right in, just sign up there. It manages our subscriptions. You go into the settings on Patreon. There's a connected apps option in the menu bar, and then you log in from there, and they'll get you all, it'll just like log you right in. So, and then we've also got our own personal channels now. If you guys, I know we mention it all the time, but I don't know. Do you have picks out for today, Jordy? Or not yet?
Not yet today.
Cool. Neither do I. I'm going to get right into it after this video, but you can come follow us on our personal channels. It's just at Jordy BDFS for Jordan's channel. He also does esports, which is awesome, which I don't see a lot of. I'm not good enough for this to, I don't know anything about esports, but Jordy does. He's really good at it. So if you want to get into some esports, it's nice because the esports is usually at night, right? After the slates are over.
Yeah, they usually come on about 2 a.m. the next morning. So.
Yeah. So the guys in our Discord, once they're done with their basketball for the night, they put together some slips and then they wake up to cash a lot of the time. So
sometimes this morning we woke up to depression,
but if you're wanting to keep playing, you can definitely get into some esports. But Jordy's covering that on his channel. I don't know if he'll put out plays for tonight, but it's just at Jordy BDFS. And then I'm going to be putting out plays as well. Mine is just at JRusso BDFS. Been a lot of fun getting our own channels here, but that's going to cover everything, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy this last slate. We're off for a week now. After this, we'll be back next Wednesday. Not that if we find stuff to put out, we'll put it out and let you guys know. But as far as basketball goes, basketball is going to be on the break. We'll see. I don't usually like to go too hard on like the All-Star game. It's so hard to measure because it's not serious competition. They're out there having fun. So maybe we'll put something together. We'll see. But can't wait to get back because we're right in the zone here, and I'm not really excited about a week off of basketball, but here we are. So let's make the most out of today's slate. Good luck, guys. We'll catch you in the next video.
Good luck, guys.